Have you ever seen something on Pinterest and you thought, hey, I could make that? Well, today that's exactly what we're gonna do. I saw this little Christmas sign on Pinterest and I knew I absolutely could make that with my Glowforge and an Adobe Illustrator. And so let's just jump in and get into it. Now, I do have to say, if I had just spent like 5 more minutes researching, I would have known that there is already an SVG file for this sign available over on Design Bundles. So if you do actually want the SVG to make this and don't want to make your own SVG, you can go over there and buy it. So once you've uploaded your SVG into the Glowforge interface, you just got to set whatever cut settings that you want each piece to do. I have my own specific cut settings, which is 1/8 inch MDF, and I have speed 180 with full power. And then once you have your settings, you can click the 3 dots on the right and set the focus, and click on the board for where you want the laser head to focus the material. Sometimes this will take a second, and so you just have to kind of wait, but if it takes more than about a minute, you want to redo it because it most likely has not done it properly. So once the focusing is done, we can click the ready button and then we can see how long it's going to take, and this specific design is going to take about almost 9 minutes. Okay, to paint all these signs, I'm going to use this apple barrel craft paint and some of the folk art paint. I honestly just love using these really cheap bottles of paint. They're about 50 cents to $1 a piece, and honestly they look fine. I mean, this isn't going to go in a museum, and so craft paint will be just fine for this. So we're going to do a base coat of this parent blue, and then one thing you do want to make sure with this craft paint is you do want to shake it nice and well. So this design is one that I found on Pinterest. I was inspired by it and I decided to create my own. I will put a link down below to the person who originally made this sign so that you can go check it out. But because this sign is kind of the way it is, I only have to put blue on this outer part. I don't have to put it on the snowman since it's in different layers. So I'm just making sure I get kind of right on the outside of that line there, and then now I can do the rest. And it's fine if paint gets into the score lines. That's not a big deal because we will be able to see it afterwards. The one downside to using craft paint is it will take about 2 or 3 coats to cover everything. And because I'm using MDF, it really likes to soak in the paint. So what I probably should have done first was do a primer layer or just paint the whole thing white first, but do as I say, not as I do. Because I'm impatient, I am going to hit this with my heat gun, but I'm going to have it on the low setting and it should be fine. This will just allow me to put more coats of paint on quicker. So now that that's dry, we can put on our second coat. Okay, so now that we have our 2 coats on that, we can set this one off to dry and then we can work on our other parts. So next I'm going to work on this part. Since this is a snowman and this is another big piece, I'm just going to paint this white. Now I do have 2 different whites here. I know it's kind of hard to see on the camera. This one is kind of a vintagey, more creamy white, and this one is a cottage white, and it's a little bit more cool of a white. And so for the snowman, I think we are going to go with this cottage white, and then I don't know if we're going to use the vintage white on this project or not, but we might do maybe the letters or something in this white. And so I think you can see that there's a bit of a blue tint in there. So again, we're just going to shake it up. Now I think this one for the white is going to need 3 coats so that it can cover up all the burn marks from the laser. So typically if you want to paint white on MDF or just like a lighter color like a yellow or like a baby pink, you definitely want to prime the piece with something. Otherwise you're going to do like 3 or 4 coats because the color is so thin and light. And then of course we're going to use the trusty heat gun just to speed it up. Okay, so I decided to do something crazy. I busted out a piece of cardboard because I decided that I wanted this snowman to be covered entirely in glitter. I know I'm absolutely bonkers, but so I'm just putting on a fresh coat of paint so that the glitter will have something to hold on to, and then we can just put some glitter on this thing. All right. So I'm using this fine kind of pixie dust glitter that I got a while back. And then I'm just going to use this little spoon and just kind of sprinkle it over there. And what's kind of cool is that this glitter has kind of some blue undertones, and so I think that will be pretty cool for the snowman. And so my goal is to try to not get this everywhere, which is why I put the cardboard underneath, but we shall see. Maybe I'm putting like way too much on. Alright, so let's hope that will stick to the paint really well. I feel like it's a little bare over here. All right, so we're just gonna give that some time to dry, and then we can remove the excess, and then hopefully, you know, glitter is not gonna be over absolutely everything in the garage, even though it kind of already is. Okay, so now that we have all that stuff drying, now I'm gonna do the nose. We're just gonna take our trusty little makeup sponge and get to dabbing. And the nice thing about using the makeup sponges is that you can get a nice little pack of them from the dollar store. Sorry, the 5-quarter tree store, because you know it's $1.25 now. Or you can get them on Amazon too. I'll put links to everything that I used in the video down below. This orange is pretty thin as well, and so I will need to do some multiple coats for that. If anybody has a favorite craft paint that they use, let me know in a comment down below. I'm always looking for good, kind of cheaper side paints to use for these crafts. All right, the next thing we're gonna do are these little snowflakes. And then, so we're just gonna do this with the same white that we used for the snowman before we covered it up with glitter. And so these, since these are little, I'm gonna get just a tiny bit of paint on here. I don't want it to be too globby. And then really just kind of dab on them so that it doesn't kind of pool up and get stuck in there. And so we're gonna do melted chocolate for the arm. The darker colors really thrive on MDF because they're dark, and so once it absorbs it, it still kind of has its color. So typically when I glue any kind of Glowforge sign together, I use Starbond super glue, but I recently ran out of it and haven't been able to order more yet. So for now, I'm just gonna use the Gorilla super glue, but I'm also gonna use a little bit of wood glue as well. So the wood glue is gonna be for strength, and the super glue is kind of gonna be for the clamping. I've also just realized that I put the score marks on this in the wrong spot. And then now we just line this up to the line. And then I'm just gonna put a little bit of pressure on here just for the super glue to dry. So I'm gonna glue on the nose next, but because I've covered the snowman in glitter, I'm only gonna use super glue because wood glue would not adhere to the glitter. So I still am unsure about what color I want to paint the Let It Snow words, so I'm gonna just glue everything else on, and then I'll come back and deal with that. Now for the arm piece, I do have it scored out here on the backer, and so I'm just gonna put the glue on here just because I think it'll be easier to do that rather than trying to get the glue on the back of this thin piece. The little arm is so cute. Now for these little pieces of snowflakes and kind of snowdrops, I am going to glue these on and then paint them with like a marker just because they're so little. Alternatively, you could use a piece of tape and stick these down and paint them that way. So now that all these little dots of snow are on, I can do the snowflakes. For the snowflakes, I'm just doing a little X of glue. It doesn't super matter. Do you think we should do... I think maybe we should do Let It Snow in red? Like a Christmas red? Yeah. And now we can glue on the little bits of the mouth. So for the cool mouth, I'm gonna just take this big old black Sharpie paint marker and color them in. All right, and now let's do for the Let It Snow. I think I want it to be red. And then I think I want the Let It to be white. And then I'm also gonna do all the little other parts white too. And now we're done with our little sign. And for the little specks of snow and the words, I ended up just using these Posca paint markers, and these are my absolute favorite for any kind of painting when you don't want to use actual paint. They work amazing, and I'll put a link down below so that you can use them too. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Let me know if you have any comments or questions down in the comment section below. Again, I'll have everything linked that I use for this tutorial down in the description below. So thanks for watching, guys. See ya.